Alright, yeah, welcome back to the third episode with our Naya Aggro deck. So no changes for the deck this week. It seems pretty solid as it stands, and I don't really want to mess up the consistency that I've been seeing from it. So without further ado, let's get into the games. See you there. Alright, we're in, and we've got the 2-land hand for a turn 3 play, essentially, on any of our quite good creatures. I think we'll go with it. We're on the draw as well. We might get an untapped land. Let's just see what goes down here. Okay. We don't get our untapped land. Well, we're going to Needle Spires and just hope to draw our planes. Or any untapped land allows us for Karizev anyway. So let's see what happens on our untap. 2 mana for our opponent, he's doing nothing. Can't be too aggressive then. Well, we're going to go with an Evolving Wilds and we're going to crack it right now. Grab ourselves a white source. And pass the turn. Use Expedite to cantrip one of our opponent's things. Do it on their end step for that extra draw. So hopefully find the green source that we're missing. Can we a garrison? Ugh. Hey, on your end step, I'll give it haste. Well, there's a Sunpetal Grove, which allows us to get the Arncrop Crasher into play, but it doesn't guarantee that it's going to live, unfortunately. I guess we'll go with the captain, actually, since we've got a backup captain. Pretend to have Blessed Alliance, which might deter our opponent from attacking in with the garrison. We'll have to see. Sky Whaler's shot to kill our captain, sure. He gets a Scry one as well. Swing for 4. Not great, unfortunately. We do, of course, have Prepare to gain a little bit of life back. But those tokens are sticking around and he's going to go wider next turn as well. And we get another land. Well, I suppose we can Captain plus Karizev here. We could even actually use the Prepare or the High Spire Infusion to make sure it survives. Still dies to a Sky Whaler's shot though if he's got another. And Karizev only really helps to pick off one of the tokens that's going to be coming in next turn. I think we'll just hold up Pump Spells. Kind of fades away some of his burn if he's got that. Okay, he's coming in. Make some more tokens, which sucks a little. We're going to block, see if he wants to pump. Got like a ride down. Yep. Jesus, this guy has got everything. Not what we can do about that. In fact, we are probably just going to lose. Battlements, Karizev. Let's get the Crasher down. Holding up pump. Did not work. And just hold back blockers. This guy can win games on his own if you can't deal with him, and unfortunately we have no way of dealing with him. This is one of the downsides. Oh dear. Alright, we have definitely lost. So one of the downsides of this deck is that it doesn't really boast too much removal, which allows things like this to do things like this. Wow. I don't think we're winning this without any kind of removal for the ride down, for the garrison, sorry. We didn't get to the mana to be able to use Injury, which might have helped, but there you go. This is just disgusting. Well, On to the next game then, I suppose. Oh, I want to... Yeah, fine. Just block. Don't worry about it. Just kill me. Wow. Alright, we're back in. Hopefully we've got better luck. Why did this have to be colourless? If this was green, this would be awesome. We're on the draw. We can cast a few things in our hand. It's risky. It is risky. It depends on what our opponent's playing. If they're a slow deck, we might still stand a chance. But that's a Toolcraft Exemplar, which most likely means vehicles. Yay. Green sauce. Well, it's a white sauce. Might as well play it. Clifftop Retreat comes into play untapped anyway, so... The ordering there doesn't really matter except for holding back information that we are red at the same time. But he's going to find out that next turn, and I don't think that's going to impact his next play. Ooh, black and white. Still vehicle related. It's just Mardu vehicles then. Without the red. It's the one that gives first strike to vehicles. It is. That's not really going to matter too much. Evolving Wilds. Take a turn off in order to get our green sauce. Does that really help us though? It allows us to play the Brawler next turn. But the third mana goes wasted. And Clifftop Retreat and Selfless Spirit. Next turn, hold up Harness Lightning while we Evolving Wilds our green sauce. We might just even draw one. And if we want to as well, we can Ironcrop Crasher. Sure. Let us do that. There's the red sauce, going straight to combat. Swinging with both, probably. Yep, I'm not blocking. Alright then. So we could see a Fleet Wheel Cruiser come out next turn. Interesting. Well, let's get our green sauce then. And we get to hold up Harness Lightning. It doesn't kill Fleet Wheel Cruiser, but does slow down a lot of other stuff. Not everything's getting in this time around. What you got? Maybe missing a land drop. That'd be good for us. It'd be great for us. Take the opportunity to just Harness Lightning out the Exemplar then, which helps a lot with crewing up vehicles. So if it comes to a vehicle... Oh, there's an Ether Hub. He does have his 4th mana. If it comes to vehicles with crew 3, then the Exemplar's going down. Siege Modification. Goodbye. I think our opponent's lacking vehicles if they're throwing something like that onto the Exemplar. Gets him for 2. There's no blocking that. Right. Hopefully, time to get off the back foot and start swinging through. Another Blossoming Defense. It's pretty good actually. If the game doesn't tap it, which it didn't, we get to hold one up. Both of our creatures get to swing in for 5 this turn. Pretty much catch up with all of the damage that's been dealt up to this point. No need to exert. Nothing in the way. So we can make the Crasher indestructible if we want, or we can make either one of them hexproof and slightly bigger if we need to. Sky Sovereign. We do need to make one slightly bigger and hexproofy. There we go. Need to keep our pressure on. And if he wants to crew up this later on to block one of our creatures, then we can ride down it. So he's getting in for 2. We'll get in for another 5. Ether Hub. Okay. We can green, red, pay red to give it haste, swing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He likely doesn't swing in at us then and holds back to block, and then our ride down becomes more useful. Fortunately, it does drop down our blossoming defense and we're susceptible to a board wipe. That's the all-in strategy. The other strategy is that we play conservatively, but I don't think that really gets us anywhere. I think Voltaic Brawler, give haste, swing through is much better. Gain a bit of energy. Give it haste, paying 1 of the energy. Swing in. No exert, but we will pay the energy for an extra point of damage. Might end up being relevant at this time. And we are presenting lethal for our opponent. So we can sack the Selfless Spirit in reaction to a planar outburst, which kind of hurts him more than it does us. If I feel like the target for the Sky Sovereign is more valuable than the Spirit, I can sack that as well. But I expect our opponent to play a creature, probably hold back the Sky Sovereign to block. Maybe. Unless it's Disintegration on the Crasher. That does stop a blocker. So you know what? We do take 3 still. Take us to 9. So he could play a creature, crew up, hits for 6, but he's dead then. I think we might have got him. Got the ride down in case of a surprise blocker that I'm not thinking about, which also gives trample, which pushes through. We've got blossoming defense to protect in case of removal. We can actually even just ride down to double up. I don't think there's anything he's got here. Nothing in his graveyard. Yeah, just swing through with what we've got. Hold up all of our cards. Confirm attack, exert, stop that from blocking. He needs 3 to crew the Sky Sovereign. You know what? Let's pay some energy. Gives us lethal with a blossoming defense in the case of the Crasher dying for some reason. But that's game. Sweet. Yeah, I don't think our opponent had anything in hand at all. Not bad. Let's go for one last game, I think. Okay, we're on the play. 1 land hand, cannot take it, although the cards in it were pretty sweet. We've got 1 creature, a ride down, and an expedite. But all of our colours, and usually the colours are quite difficult to assemble. So we'll go with the Cinderglade and we'll pass. I think we'll keep this hand just on the mana base alone. If anything slows us down, it's usually the mana, so I think this hand's keepable on that alone. And our opponent's not exactly playing an aggressive deck if they're using Evolving Wilds. Black mana is okay, I suppose. Lafnu Hellion. Sweet. So we've got Lafnu Hellion on turn 3, Rose's Champion plus Expedite on turn 4 to swing in for 8 on turn 4. Not bad. And both of these dodge Fatal Push as well, being 3 mana. Goes with an Eiley though. You know what? I'll trade a Hellion for an Eiley. Especially if it means a Rose's Champion comes through with a High Spire Infusion in the future. So this might be some sort of life drain deck, and Eiley is quite helpful for that kind of thing. So we'll get her out of the way. Yep. It's fine. Death Touch does kill our Hellion, but we get to keep the 2 energy, which actually might be useful later down the line. Means that our Harness Lightnings are very useful. Shambling Vent. And passes. He might have Blessed Alliance open, but I don't think I can hold back despite that. So let's go Rose's Champion. Give it an Expedite, because we don't have another creature and there's no guarantee we're going to be drawing one either. There's a Harness Lightning. Cycles a Scarab Feast. Okay, well, we're getting in for 4. Interesting. Down to 16. And pass the turn. So next turn we can pump it in all sorts of different ways, especially if our opponent taps out for a Kalatas, which we can kill. And he won't gain life. Could even just use the Ride Down. So, Ride Down with the white and red, High Spire Infusion with the green and red, make it a 5/5, hitting for 10, killing the Kalatas. Does mean that we can't protect it with a Blossoming Defense, but he hasn't killed it just yet. That being said, he's been putting down blockers that might deter me. So maybe he's hoping that's going to be what happens here. Which is not the case. Alternatively, we could just Harness Lightning. And then swing for 4, holding up the Blossoming Defense to protect it. But we do also have the Captain as well. So I think we're going to go with the Ride Down plan. So, swinging for 4 currently. Ride Down, kill the Kalatas. High Spire Infusion, hit you for 10, down to 6. And we are presenting lethal in our hand, just not on the board. We've got removal for any blockers, including the Shambling Vent. Yeah, Henny's Expertise, okay. We lose our champion. He lives one more turn with a Yahenni, which we can kill. And he has no sack outlet to keep it alive either. So we are just hitting the nuts. Other than that, land. Would have preferred to see something else, but if we get a Glory Bringer down the line, might be helpful. Right, let's go with the Captain. And let's just Harness Lightning the Henny now. Pass the turn, hold up Blossoming Defense to keep our threat on the board ready to kill. He's probably not just dead though, because if he doesn't have an answer for this, then he has the Shambling Vent. Complete disregard. Well, now he hasn't got an answer. So he can't suit up the Shambling Vent, so we win with a High Spire Infusion. If our opponent has no removal. And a Glorybringer. Okay, well, that also works. Let's get a Glorybringer. Swing for 7. No Exert, there's no creatures available right now. Pumps up. Swinging for 8. Beautiful. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode. So if you did enjoy the content, then be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a great deal, lets me know you're enjoying the series. If you are interested in watching a 4th video for this deck as well, I do offer that tomorrow for the patrons. So if you want to donate $1, you'll get access to every single Patreon video that I've ever made as well, including Gwent we're going to be doing this week as well on top of that list. So if that's something that interests you, it's completely optional, but it is there if you want to watch some more Magic content. Anyway guys, don't forget to hit that little bell icon as well, right next to the subscription button, and that'll give you notifications when I release new videos. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.